What's up, guys? My name's Ross,
I'm Sam.
And I'm Charlie.
and this is the CharlieWould podcast. Yay!
Woo, woo. Right. So let's kick it off with the fact that it's isolation and I am running out of alcohol. So at the moment we have Wolf Blass. I don't have a fucking clue what Blass is. Does anyone know what Blass means?
Isn't Wolf Blass a place?
Well, I don't know, Mr.
I'm just
Geography.
pressed before.
I think it's a place, ain't it? I'm not too sure. Well,
Oh,
I'm.
made famous by Wolfgang Blass.
No, there we go.
Not that
It's a
that
guy then.
helps. Not that that helps clarify anything. But it says the classic red label collection, Shiraz Cabernet. You're fucking
I'm,
bellend.
I'm trying to find out when my sours was best before because it's all I've got left to drink. But I opened it like before Christmas.
I don't
When
think sours can go off, can it? Like,
when was Sour's best before? When we were teenagers.
Yeah, that's probably
bitch,
true.
there's a time and place for sours, and it's when everyone's like, oh my god, let's get shots. And you're like,
No, when you
oh,
get shots, get
okay.
tequila straight off.
Please fix apple sours, please. Cheers.
No, here's the thing. Whenever we're out and we get shots in, if anyone comes at me with sours, I'll give them it back. It's like, come on,
Yeah.
get me some actual alcohol, please.
Yeah,
I'm
but sours is like a fun shot.
I'm currently drinking Vladivar
Well, that has to be some sort of vodka
Yeah.
situation.
vodka. Yeah, I've
Vlad,
already I've already drank a full bottle of Lamb's Navy rum to myself, so
there's one.
I'm more than slightly tipsy.
Oh, see, I'm drinking
Oh,
1698, which is
can
a Kentish strong ale.
can you hear that? The ASMR for pouring your drink there.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
Charlie would participate in the alcohol. No,
so
seriously.
so
No, sorry, I'm interrupting you.
no, go for it, dude. It's your podcast.
What I was gonna say is, do you guys have dickheads that are totally ignoring the lockdown down your ends as well?
um,
No,
No.
nah. Stanley's pretty actually, Stanley's really good for it.
Oh wow.
Stanley
See?
already. So Stanley already looked like the apocalypse, so it's not really any different.
Yeah. Looking, cars
No,
burning
I'm
in the
actually a little
streets.
bit shocked at that.
Nah, because we may all be knife crime enthusiasts. But,
Here's the
some
thing,
people.
Knife
which
crime enthusiast.
here's the thing that really gets me. Every other March and April ever in the world, it's always been like raining and horrible and nasty. The moment that nobody's allowed to go outside, it's sunny as fuck out there.
I know, it's kind of a fucking joke, isn't it? Like, I've got a huge field that my house backs onto, and it's greenbelt, so no one can ever. I was about to say exactly where it is, but that's probably not a good idea, is
Yeah, no.
it? But
Give general ideas of where we are. We're in the northeast of England. Look at it that way. Now everybody knows where to bomb to get rid of us. So
hold on, so I can't talk about the fact I want to be Jewish, but you can talk about bombing people.
if you want to get rid of us, lot, yeah.
It would
To be
have to be a
fair,
fucking big bomb.
I mean, have you ever heard the Tsar bomber before?
The what?
The Tsar bomber, biggest nuke in the world, could eviscerate all the Northeast pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're
well,
welcome.
I'll sleep nicely tonight, thanks.
Enjoy. Also, have you ever heard of the broken arrows before?
Are those the guys that really can't fly the planes very well?
Is that when
Yeah.
is that when Cupid gets fucked and really drunk and accidentally breaks all of his arrows?
No. Broken arrow is when the government of the world actually lose nuclear bombs. And you know how many broken arrows there are? There are 17 in the
Seven?
world unaccounted for.
17.
Yes, and some of them are actually around England. So again, have
Of
fun
course,
sleeping the night.
of course, yeah. This is the thing I don't understand, right? Losing a pen. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yep.
Losing a pen. Losing a small child for a small amount of time. Unless you're Madeline McCann and then you're gone for a fucking long time.
Now, mate, Madeline McCann's in my freezer.
Well, what's the joke? What do Madeline McCann and a submarine have in common?
Both in the ocean full of semen.
Yep.
I have not heard that. Fuck me. Right, okay. So if we're gonna fucking say Madeline McCann things.
Right, here you go, right?
What
Here's a
do you
joke here,
actually think
right?
about it?
Hang on.
Oh,
Hang on, what?
What do you
um,
actually think or theorize the Madeline McCann case is or
she
was?
was
So,
kidnapped. Her parents are just really. She was
Uh,
kidnapped. Her parents were just distraught, and that's why they would seem like they were lying so badly. The
w-
stories changed because they were under stress.
wasn't there
doesn't
a show
happen.
about that not too long ago?
No, but your personal opinion, like, so Sam thinks she was kidnapped, that her parents were distraught, and that's why their stories didn't match. What do you think?
I honestly couldn't tell you either way. It's not something I really followed, to be
I
quite
just feel
honest.
like I just feel like, if your daughter goes missing, you don't really keep track of the next 24 hours very much. I think
Yeah,
you're
you'd
more in a
probably
sort of,
be a
oh
bit too
my God,
distraught.
my daughter is missing mode.
But you know
So
what you
yeah, of
also
course
don't
you'd be
do when
so
your daughter's
confused.
missing is refuse to let your twins get checked. Refuse to let them have blood tests to see if they've been sedated because they didn't stir or rouse with
Well,
police
they
and that.
might have been sedated, but I don't think that's to do with the fact that they killed Madeline.
But they
I think that's to
didn't
do with
even,
the.
Can
they
I
wouldn't even allow medical professionals to check the twins for any molestation.
can I just say I think it was really really irresponsible to
Of
go
course,
out
it was
and leave them
irresponsible.
in the house
Oh,
alone.
if they hadn't been white British and, upper middle class, they'd have got done for it. But
I
I
don't think it was
genuinely,
them. I
genuinely
just think it
believe
was. I think it was a series of unfortunate events. Is the best way to describe
No,
it.
no, that was a Lemony Snicket
no.
movie.
I don't believe anything about that situation was just unfortunate.
I think it was. I think the parents should have been more
Aliens,
responsible and nice.
aliens, aliens.
I,
There we
I think
go.
I
I
think
just,
I think Kate
I
and
look at it like
Jerry.
this, right? One, you wouldn't wash evidence. Two, how was there the smell of corpse and Madeline's blood in the boot of their rental car that they rented after she went missing?
The smell of what?
The dogs smelled corpse and they found drops of her blood in the rental car
Why?
boot.
How do you know it was corpse and blood? Did they ask the dogs?
They're
Yeah,
fucking
hang
stains.
on, hang on, Sam. You talk to your dog all the time.
Yeah, but the dog can't answer.
They're trained. Not to mention, our mum then wrote a book that none of the money that they've
Gosh, grab.
got from everyone has gone to look for her. They've paid their mortgage off and everything, but she wrote in our book about our daughter's perfect little genitals being torn apart.
Ugh, gross.
That's
No,
a bit dodgy, but
no.
again, I just don't think. I don't think it was them
I
at
know you
all.
don't think.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, by the way, this is meant to be a comedy podcast, and we're
Ah,
talking.
just do
Dark comedy's a thing.
you want a joke? Here's a joke for you, right?
Go on.
So a mom's walking home with her three daughters, right?
Oh,
First daughter
okay.
says, "Mom, why am I called Lily?" And the mom's like, "Because Lily fell on your head when you were a kid." And the second daughter's like, "Mom, why am I called Daisy?" And the mom's like, "Because a daisy fell on your head when you were a kid." And the third daughter's like,
I'm a called.
and the mom goes, "Be quiet, it's in the block."
Okay. Do you want to hear my most offensive joke?
Yes, always.
Now, there's a preface to this too. My grandma was in hospital, uh, and my grandma's got the same sort of horrible sense of humor as us. And
So a good sense of humor.
oh yeah, good sense of humor. Anyway, I went up to the hospital, and she had pretty major surgery, but she had one of like a private room, so it didn't matter how many visitors you got at
Hold on,
once.
see, I'm nosy, and I feel like anyone listening would also think the same.
Booby cancer, got her booby off.
Oh, fuck. So just
Yes.
you only have like one mastectomy.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's really lucky. Oh bless her. How old was she when she did that?
Um, it was about 10 or 12 years ago, I'd say.
I don't know how old she is, so that doesn't help.
No, that's what I'm trying to work out. She's 80 now, I think.
Oh wow, that's
So,
fucking phenomenal to recover from that. Jesus.
oh yeah, she's a fighter. Grandma is a fighter. Anyway, I get up to the hospital and imagine the full whack of the family are there.
Right.
And they're all like around her, like, "Oh, is everything all right? How are you doing?" Blah, blah, blah. And you could tell in her face, she was sick of her life. And I walked in, she went, "Ross, for the love of God, tell me a joke, make me laugh." Okay. So I told her this. There's a guy and his girlfriend having a massive, massive raging argument. Now,
Mhm.
the guy knows he's in the wrong, but he's not backing down. Because guys don't, you know. And the argument escalates and escalates and escalates to the point where the girl turns out and says, "You know what, fuck you, I hate you, I don't want to see you ever again. We're over. We're done." Now, after a few days, the guy starts to feel really guilty. And he realizes, yeah, I was really in the wrong, you know. So he decides he's going to buy her a present to make up for it. And he says to her, "Anything you want, my dear. Anything in the world. It doesn't matter how expensive it is. I will buy
Mate,
you
I'm not
it."
being funny. Was she recovered by the time you got to the punchline?
I know it's your podcast, but I'm the cunt who's editing it, so I can edit that bit out. But anyway, he says he's going to buy her a present. He says it doesn't matter how much it costs. Anything in the world that she wants, he will get her it just to say, like, to say how sorry he is. And,
Yeah.
and she says, "Well, you really shouldn't, but just make sure it's something really expensive that I don't need." So the next day, he booked her in for chemotherapy.
Ooh.
Now
I
imagine,
mean,
imagine the entire room. Imagine everyone in the room just looked at me like, my grandma on the other hand starts pissing herself laughing. And I was like,
now do you want?
she laughed, I got away with it. And I literally just put my hands up in the air and went, "She laughed, I got away with it, I'm going now, see you later." I'd only just arrived.
That's fucking brilliant. Do you want to know my darkest joke?
Yes, go on then.
My fucking life.
That is the darkest joke I know.
Isn't it? Have you ever done that though? Been like halfway through an argument, realised you're totally wrong, but that you've also created a situation where you can't back down?
More
Because
than likely.
I've very rarely done it, but the one time that I did do it was Adam and I had a massive blowout, and admittedly, the blowout was not my fault at all. And
Did you book him in for chemotherapy?
oh my god, no, because I didn't want him to survive.
Oh,
um,
Adam, if you're listening, we love you. We really do.
well, like he'd been an absolute prick. He was totally bang out of order. But then I ended up taking it so far that it was me that was out of order. So I was like, look, I was like, can you just like fucking get away from us? I just need to breathe. Like, give us some space. So the next thing I know, he packs a bag and he's like, "Oh, I'm getting like basically being like, I'm fucking getting away from you." And I was like, you know what, right? Tell you what, you want to fucking pack a bag? I'll help you pack a fucking bag. And I emptied out his entire drawers and then started on his wardrobe, and I was just throwing them down the stairs at the front door,
Okay,
being
you
like,
started on his wardrobe. Don't pick a fight with a wardrobe.
but I got like, no, I got like halfway through his wardrobe, and I was like, what am I doing?
Did you find Narnia while you were in there?
I just like, it just dawned on it that I wasn't achieving fucking anything, but that I also couldn't just go, oh, well, I'm done.
You're past the point of no return. You
Yeah,
can't.
like there was
Yeah.
nothing I could do. And I was like, yeah, I was like, if you want to pack a bag, if you want to behave like that, you want to treat me like that, and you want to leave, you leave, but you take all your shit and you don't come back because I'm not being messed around like that. And then I shut the door. And then I opened the door again and was like, and I'm aware I'm bang out of order, but that's not the point.
I thought it would be even more funny there if then I slammed the door, then I opened it again. "Oh, hello, how are you?"
Hello.
How's it going?
Where does a suicide bomber go after he dies?
All over the place.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, that was
Pretty much
obvious.
everywhere.
What was the last
What's
thing
the
to go through a
difference?
suicide bomber's head?
Right.
I don't know.
His ass.
His legs.
No, it's a. What was the
This is
last
a
thing going through the
genuine.
brains of the 9/11 jumpers?
What? I didn't hear that.
What was the last thing going through the brains of the 9/11 jumpers?
An airplane?
Their ankles.
Oh. Oh.
God. Ugh.
What's the
Genuinely though,
difference?
you know when things like that happen, or you get blown up.
No, not often. I don't. It's been a long time since I've been blown, if I'm honest. So,
I'm sure it is.
yeah,
Try the Hoover test. Anyway.
I did. Henry's never looked the same since.
Oh no.
The poor guy looks. I mean, he looks terrified anyway. You should see him now.
He really does, doesn't he? They didn't give him a very like fun face. What am I doing? No, but seriously, if you blew up, right?
If I did, okay.
Do you actually think you'd feel any pain?
What?
Um,
Obviously, if you didn't survive it,
I don't think you would survive being blown up.
some people get blown up and just losing a leg or an arm or like have a head injury.
I've got to say though, strapping like 12 pounds of C4 to your chest kind of does the job.
No, but you think you feel pain?
No, I think it's like a click, and then all of a sudden you just
Boom.
non-existent anymore.
Yeah.
I just don't know whether you do you do
No,
maintain some sort of consciousness for at least a few seconds.
no, I think it's more the case of the fact that the explosion goes off way faster than your neurons register the pain.
Yeah,
So you click the button and then it's just black before your neurons can even go. Ah!
I know if you get severely burned, it gets to a point where you actually feel no pain
Well,
because
yeah, it's like branding.
it's ruined all of your nails. Nails?
Nails? What?
Yeah, it ruins your manicure.
You know what the worst thing about being set on fire was? My nail polish is gone.
It absolutely ruined my manicure. Oh my god! I just opened my Instagram and there was a sign saying smoking sucks.
Blind man walks into a bar, right?
Ouch.
Goes to the bartender. All of a sudden, he
No,
picks
no,
up
you
his
could have
dog.
just stopped right
No.
there. A blind man walks into a bar.
No,
You didn't
A
see
white
it.
man walks in.
man.
Oh, he said blind man. That's
A
why I said.
white
I did. No, a blind man
See, it's
walks
not
into
me.
a bar with his guide dog, right?
Okay.
Blind man walks into a bar with his guide dog, right? Goes to the bar. Bartender's about to ask him something, and all of a sudden the blind man picks up his guide dog and sort of fucking spins it around above his head. The bartender's like, "What the fuck you doing?" He's like, "I'm having a look around."
Oh God.
Oh no, I like that. I'm sorry, I like that.
And that's the cleanest joke you'll hear on this podcast. I swear it.
I like that.
That was bad.
Oh, well done, well done. Yeah, that gave us
Thank you.
the jokey tingle.
And on that note, we've been the CharlieWould podcast. We'll see you all again next week.
Welcome to the Sexual Innuendo Club. Thank you all for coming.
Oh my god, finally a club I'll fit in. But your dick won't.
Did I tell you about how I was going to go along to Premature Ejaculators Anonymous? I arrived at
Did
the
it come too
early.
early?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I tell you about the girl I used to be going out with?
Well, that's
Not her. No, we don't say her name. No. But no, it was a chick. She was a skydiving instructor who had IBS. She shit on me from a great height.
That's fucking terrible. I'm not very good at jokes. Me and my mum and dad disagree, like, but
Well,
it's just the way my life turned out. But like, genuinely not very good at jokes at all.
by the way, just in case anyone's wondering, and they probably ain't, Sam, Charlie, and myself were actors from a nice place called Psychopath.
Do Sam and I class ourselves as actors?
No, I just like scaring people and making them cry.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily. No, I'm not an actor.
No, you'd be an actress, technically.
I have acted, but like, well, I mean, all you've got to do is look.
Well, sorry, I'll rephrase this.
Dressed as Joe fucking Exotic.
Well, I'll rephrase this. I'm an actor. Sam's a professional security
Security
dude,
man.
and Charlie's a model.
Actually, I'm a sales manager.
Well,
Yeah, it's not putting two either because I just lost my job.
exactly.
Did you hear that McDonald's is coming out with a Harvey Weinstein burger? It's 50-year-old meat in a 12-year-old bun.
How do we block Sam?
To be fair, that would have worked so much better had you used what's his face, not him.
Oh, yeah, who?
Yeah, Harry Weinstein wasn't done for touching young girls, just raping women in general. It's what's his face, Epstein, that touches kids. But it's not just Epstein, obviously, because like Sam likes children.
I fucking love children.
Is Sophie classed as a child these days?
I mean, yeah, she's under 18, isn't she?
I thought her birthday was soon. Well,
Um,
considering Sam's only a baby himself, you know.
I'll have you know that that is not illegal.
uh, not sleeping with her would be, but any exchange of images is child porn.
Yeah, she just hasn't sent us any titty pictures yet.
Yeah.
Yet. Oh, well,
I
here we
hope.
go.
Do you
Here
know
we
what
go.
though?
Here we go.
If Sophie was here, she'd be like, I'm still waiting for them to grow.
Oh, I can hear it in her voice too.
I know, me too.
Here's the
But then
big.
here I go, but I've got a big ass, so.
Now we've got now. Oh, okay. Even better segue. Now you're talking about your ass there. Today it came out that you're not allowed to have anal sex anymore.
You know.
Oh
And
my
right, the thing
god.
is, they didn't say why, but genuinely, I think it's because obviously anything that you do anally, because your ass is absorbent.
What?
Well, you know what I mean. Like
Your
the
ass is
more
exorbitant. What the hell's going on with your ass, Charlie?
The
absorbent,
real question is, right? The real question
it's
is if you
because
swallow, you're at more of a risk of catching the coronavirus.
yes, it's
S-
in body fluids, and
I
obviously
No, no
you're more
anal,
likely
no
to catch
swallowing, no.
you're more likely to
yeah,
catch
but
something through anal than you are vaginal sex. Therefore, if you're sucking someone off and they're fucking coming down your throat or up your ass, you could catch corona.
yeah, but at the same time though, is it really in sperm because that shit gets produced down there? Like it's not like
It's
blood or
bodily
anything.
fluids.
Yeah, bodily
That
It's not like
fluids.
blood
includes
or anything.
there's blood in semen.
So what you're saying is
Whoa, whoa,
in a
hang on.
zombie apocalypse.
Trace amounts.
I,
So what you're saying in a zombie apocalypse, right? If I'm like, surviving for 10 years, right, and all of a sudden the zombie fucking nuts on us, there's a chance I can get the virus.
Yes.
no,
Oh shit, why don't do that more?
no.
Fucking survivors asleep. Don't bite them, just nut in their mouth.
If yeah, there's the difference, right?
I think the point is, Samuel, that they don't have the like consciousness to think, oh, just bust.
Well, if you ever seen Warm Bodies, because you're wrong.
Yes, I actually have seen that
You know
film.
what? I actually haven't seen Warm Bodies.
It's good. It's not
Yeah,
something.
you'd fucking like a warm body, wouldn't you? You dirty foot.
That's what I'm cold, to be honest.
I'd take any body at the moment.
Sorry, Sam. That
All
was brilliant.
right.
Well, hang on.
Cracking open a cold one with the boys took a whole new meaning.
Okay, well, earlier on today,
Oh my god, is that why you keep Maddie in the freezer?
Charlie decided to make
Specifically
a
for that reason.
PSA for everyone about the coronavirus and about keeping safe. And I will play the clip. 2 seconds.
Oh my god, you've got the clip.
Yep.
You'll have to give us 2 seconds, lads. I'm gonna have to love you from
Did
you
I
to
just see a
In
big
times
dog
of great peril, we must make sacrifices for our country to keep everyone safe. So from here on forward, please do not fuck each other in the arse, okay? Not hard, not dry. Actually, you should never go in dry, to be perfectly honest. But, just stop fucking each other in the arse. For your own health and safety.
It was the fact that the way you said
I feel like it should end with amen.
it's not a sermon.
Fucking sounds like it. Jesus.
Although, Joe, it was also really funny earlier on. My mom arrived.
Whoa!
No, not like that, asshole.
Oh my
No.
god!
My
Fucking Ross Yaxie's mom!
my mom came over to my house, shall we say?
Your mom came where?
And she came and she said something to me, taking the piss out of me. And instead of my normal retort, I literally just
Fuck you!
that just came blaring out of the speakers on my iPad that I had. I was like, I don't think I could have said it any better myself.
Yeah, I'm good like that. Oh.
So, what's everyone's got on the agenda for the next week?
I'm gonna attempt to exercise. Even though every time I go down,
You.
every time I go down in the living room where we've got all the exercise equipment, I go, the kitchen's just there.
But Charlie, you're a clumsy, dangerous fool. I don't think
I know.
I'd trust you with like dumbbells and whatnot.
I mean, no one does, but I mean,
You're the
it's
only
gotta
person
happen.
I've ever known in my life who managed to dent herself using a door handle.
Oh shit, yeah, I did do that, didn't I?
Yeah, yeah, you did. That's a thing. It wasn't a thing before you did it, but it's a thing
You
now,
don't,
apparently.
right? I mean this in the most respectful way. You don't understand what it's like to be the perfect height for a door handle to hit you in the hip.
You're correct, because, I'm normal height.
Mm. Right, where's Sam? Because Sam gets it. Sam gets like when you're a person of a certain height,
Which I
door
never will be.
handles
Hang on, technically, I am a person of a certain height.
of a certain height, yeah. But door handle,
Don't
door
end. You,
handles.
you go all cockney. Don't endos. Folk endos. Endos for folks.
Uh, door handles become like your arch nemesis because they're just the right height to like get in your belt loops and like all sorts of fucking crazy shit.
Yeah, but you managed to dent yourself with a door handle.
I did.
Ah,
And again, I don't know about it, but I had a dent in my whole arm.
for a good while.
Oh, I mean, for way longer than it should be.
Way longer than
Way
it should
longer
have
than it
been,
should be.
as if it's a thing.
So what does everyone think about Boris Johnson being in hospital?
I think the poor guy's probably stressed a bit at the moment.
I genuinely think that I've become one of those conspiracy nuts because I'm just sort of like,
Aliens.
no, I'm like, is he in hospital though?
Uh, I can imagine he's in a nicer hospital than most people,
And
but
how long is it going to take for him to lock down the whole fucking country the way it should be?
mm, is it possible to really lock down the full country though? Like full stop?
Well, France and Italy and that have managed to do it, so why the fuck not? Hey, just because
Have
people are
you met
idiots.
British people?
But that's the point. Like, no?
You haven't met British people? Really?
But,
But no, once you tell a British person not to do something, they want to do it automatically.
oh no, we're an absolute nightmare.
Yes, yes, you are.
It's no, but it's embarrassing. Like,
Well, hopefully people will start to take heed and listen and whatnot. And
but this is my point. If they're not taking heed at the beginning, what makes you think 3 months down the line they're gonna?
maybe when the zombies actually start rising and whatnot, people will start paying actual attention.
It's gonna take people to start dying a lot more.
Uh, yeah, because that's
A
the
lot
thing.
more and
That,
closer to home.
yeah, as soon as like if something happened to say like my mom or my brother or my grandma or grandma or something like that, you take notice straight away when it's on your doorstep. It's one of your close members of family. Everyone at the moment, I think, is just thinking, it won't happen to me. And that sucks because that logic puts everyone at risk. But
Oh, I just like,
I mean, look at
mm,
you. You know how you're my best friend and whatnot, but you're a high risk. At you could get it worse than me or whatever. I wouldn't
mhm.
put you at risk by coming anywhere near you,
Oh, well, I'm
just
so
in
happy because I
case.
don't think it's appropriate to masturbate in front of friends.
Wouldn't be the first time. Anyway,
Where did Sam actually go?
I don't know. I know
I just think
he said something. I don't know if he said where he was going or not.
I just think it's worrying that when it comes to every other country, we can all get behind them. We can raise money. We can do whatever that we can to benefit them and to keep them safe. And then it comes to our own, and we're just utterly fucking failing.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing that every other country's got their shit together and that we're like, aye, but it's like slightly warm. Well, being slightly warm's not going to be very helpful when you're fucking dead.
I can't
Like, see
argue
how
with you there.
warm it is when you're 6 feet under, mate? Like, or you've got that raging COVID-19 temperature.
Well, look at this way. Would you rather be outside in the warm or in a incinerator getting cremated?
Exactly.
Nice and hot in there, you know. But
You'll get your summer tan. Like, just stay in your fucking garden.
yeah.
Like, no one cares about you that much that they need to see you're on a field.
I, here's the thing. You know what? Which I
We've got no excuse. We can ring each other. We can video time.
That's the best thing these days. And you know, if this happened like say 10, 20
Or even
years
10 minutes
ago,
ago, we'd struggle.
you know, people would struggle. But now look, we've got well, look at what we're doing now. We're doing self
Yeah.
isolation and we're talking over the internet. You know,
Like, I mean, my mom can FaceTime
it's not as
my
if we're cut
sister.
off from existence. You know, we can still chat and talk and whatnot. But here's
No,
the
people
thing.
are just cut off from what they want to do, which is just
Well,
pathetic.
here's the thing though. Like you know, the people who probably wouldn't have left the house anyway. Now they're not allowed. They want to go out.
I do understand that.
That's just the typical mentality of I'm not
That's
allowed to do this anymore. Now I want to
that,
do it.
that is human nature,
Yeah.
but it's also just absolutely fucking ridiculous.
Well, it's like how this whole self isolation thing ain't bothering me because I didn't really leave the house unless I was doing a gig anyway. You know.
Yeah. Well, admittedly, like unless I was going to work, I wasn't out much. But obviously, I started like working a full-time job, so I was out quite a bit.
The only thing we're really missing is Weatherspoons. Let's be honest.
But you know what? Just like all the Chinese have shut,
Yeah, that's a big thing.
all of
Takeaways.
them, and I'm devastated. All the pizza shops are open.
I
It,
noticed that. Yeah.
but I can't help but to think maybe it's because of like racial backlash. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. My sister's half Chinese, and she was getting a bit of grief, shall we say? And it was like, yes, you know, it may have started in China. I don't know how true it is. It may have started
Yeah.
in China, but you know, if you're over here, you obviously didn't start it.
I
You
just don't
know.
understand it. Like the metro was packed, and no one would stand next to this Asian lad, and I was like, oh, you know, and like I went and stood right next to him because I was like, I'm not being fucking funny, but you're making a Ben feel like absolute shit
Hmm.
because what? Because you think he looks Chinese, therefore he must be infected. Meanwhile, you go suck off fucking any lad on a street corner, and you're not worried about out.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Joe, I really got annoyed at actually. You know those teenagers that thought it would be funny to cough and spit in old people's faces and whatnot.
What?
Oh yeah, it was on the news and whatnot. It was up here in like I don't want to say Newcastle, but you know,
Fucking course it was, man.
and they were going up to old people and coughing directly in their faces. And I thought, you know, if I found out, like, say, my little brother or anyone we knew was doing that, I'd kick their fucking ass.
I wouldn't want
Hi.
with them.
Oh,
Hi, baby.
we've got a baby girl. Hello.
Do you want to introduce yourself, Boo Boo?
Hi, I'm Sophie.
This is Charlie and my daughter.
I love the way like you do actually sound really young. So he's like, not actual daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
that.
No,
She's not
adult
really
in
our kid.
16 days. Can't wait.
Oh my god, you would have been so proud of us before. I made a joke that you would make. Because someone, like Sam said, you haven't sent a picture of your tits to him yet. So I turned around and said, if Sophie was here, she would say that's because they haven't grown yet. But I've got a great arse.
Yeah, literally. Oh my god, yes, love you. That's me down
Right?
to tea.
I was like, I'm
Yeah.
channeling that. Honestly, I felt like you went through my body, babe.
Oh, yes, that's exactly why I did really have my
Did you
throat yet.
say 16 days and you are an adult?
Yeah.
Shit.
Does that mean we don't have to pay child support no more?
Happy birthday to me in 16 days.
Oh my god. Do you know what, right? To the thought of being 18 again. Like, how do you feel about
I
it?
couldn't think of anything goddamn worse.
I don't even think anything's going to change.
Well, it doesn't, other than like
I don't have to use a
someone
fake
can ID
ID
and you're like,
anymore.
yeah, take my fucking ID, mate. Like,
The
that's
only
the
thing that
only-
changes is it's all downhill from there.
I don't
No.
know. Like, I think you get to 25 and then you're like, whoa.
Then you get to 30 and you start to cry daily. Um,
Oh, I'm already at that point, babe. I'm already there. Oh
so,
man,
well,
like,
some people start earlier than others. You know, it's.
what I'm absolutely devastated at is that she was gonna have a birthday.
I know.
Oh, that means I would have seen you like a month ago now, Charlie.
I know. It's okay. We'll do something else. Like, we'll get you sorted, bro.
Once all this
Yeah.
is over and done with, we will all go out and celebrate your birthday. Everyone knows that.
No, I'm gonna celebrate my 18th so much because, like, obviously I'm going out with you, and I'm gonna go out with like my college friends, and I'm gonna go out with my like just my friend, like my normal friend
Yeah.
group, and then I'm gonna go out with my work, like, well, I will say work friends, but my work friends.
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 Do you know what, right? I think there's nothing wrong with that. Like, milk it.
Yeah, dude.
I'm gonna,
You're
I'm gonna
only
just like,
18, literally once. And then think about it. You have your 18th, your 21st, and then it's like your 30th, your 40th, your 50th.
do not.
Like, no, I'm just saying this is the last time you'll
Here,
have big celebrations
the
close
big
together.
the big ones
Yeah.
are 16, 18, 21, 25, 30, 40, 50, blah 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 blah. You know.
No, debatable because I think it's like 10 because you're on to two figures, then you're 13,
13.
16,
10, 13,
18.
16, 18, 21, 25, 30.
Yeah, I didn't celebrate 25.
It's your quarter century, though.
It's what?
Quarter century.
Oh.
Three 25s are 100. 4 25s.
What? What? How many 25s are 100?
Mathematics. I'm watching some great cis videos.
Some what?
Great cis videos.
Was
Oh.
Cuba on the call before?
Yeah, I noticed you avoided the fuck out of that.
Oh, I didn't realize until I like went to go hang up, and I was like, oh, like
You do
Is it
remember
still
recording
awkward?
this, yeah?
I didn't care.
Is
Nothing
it
I wouldn't say to
still
him.
awkward?
What?
Is it still awkward between you?
It's not awkward. It's just awkward.
Do you want to explain the circumstances to everybody listening?
No, I'm not.
Well, too late because they're going to be curious now, surely. So you got to tell them.
It was just a bit of a month conversation, really. That just went absolutely nowhere.
I thought it was intimate touching.
I thought it was inside a porta potty having your,
No,
you
it
know.
wasn't that. No, it was not. That was a
I mean,
vicious rumor.
personally, I thought it was inside of ice cream, but okay.
No, it wasn't inside of anywhere because nothing happened.
Do you want to explain what ice cream is, Charlie?
Nah, just
It's a
an ice
dairy
cream.
product you put in your
Yeah, it's a dairy product. Ha 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 ha. No, that was a haunted maze that a certain someone had sex with a certain
No,
someone
I
else.
didn't.
No, sorry,
No,
they
You
I
didn't have
didn't. No.
sex
didn't.
with him. Whoa,
I
whoa,
didn't.
whoa, whoa. Fake news. You already Donald?
It's fake news anyway. Because it didn't happen.
Honestly, man. Is everybody else drinking?
Yeah.
No.
Oh my god, are you not drinking? You're at your mum's, aren't you?
Yeah.
Boo.
Is your mum the strict
Exactly.
one?
Oh, it's not even that. It's just.
You forgot to buy booze before you went to your mom's, didn't you? That's what it is.
Yeah.
Honestly, Matt, isn't like not annoying having to go back and forth? So you just
Very. Very.
I thought you weren't allowed to during like the.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to.
Separated parents are allowed to have shared custody of the kids during the current situation.
When I go in the house, I get sprayed with Dettol head to toe.
Are you taking the piss?
No.
What does she think that's gonna do? Stop you breathing?
In case I've touched like any surfaces at my dad's house that have like coroned.
Oh my god. I'm so glad that I'm quite chill about things because can you imagine if I was doing that when people were coming in the door? I say people, it's just Adam. Adam does have to strip off at the door though and go have a shower straight away. Cause
That's
obviously-
just for your personal liking though. You
Oh,
don't
yeah.
have to.
I get the whip out and I'm like, bitch. I'm like that bitch Carol Baskin. I'm in bed, you know, with the like makeup still on.
That's so funny.
Honestly, man, like,
Yet Charlie thought it would be a fun idea to randomly draw a beard on herself and become the Tiger King today. Uh,
I haven't even watched them all, yet. I'm
oh
like
my
still
god,
watching it.
babe, I watched all seven. I still don't understand what I've watched. Hi, Davy.
Eh?
Bye, Davy.
Hi,
because
Davy.
things are about to get interesting if David's here.
Davy
What?
loves me.
What's Dave? I fucking loves you. He wants to fucking nut in you.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And you don't help the situation, Sophie.
No, no, you
Oh,
really don't.
definitely not.
I don't know if he knows that it's a joke.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, and then we all go out together and Sophie gets raped.
Oh no.
What happened? I am sure.
I love that. To say, oh no.
Oh no!
Oh no.
You sounded like that guy from Family Guy. Oh no.
Oh dear, no! See, honestly though, like it just makes me howl. I get on so much because it gives me actual joy.
Yeah, I know. Like Sam will be like, I'll be talking to Sam and he'll be like, "Stop it, man." He's like,
hate
"That's
it, right?
awful."
But I don't know if he hates it because Deary scares him or because he's like, don't talk to Davy like that and gets like a bit jealous.
No, I think it's Davy scares him.
Davy does scare him, like.
No, I don't think Sam sees me like that at all.
I think he probably fucked you.
Yeah.
Well,
I think
yeah,
so too.
I love
yeah,
that, yeah.
yeah. Who wouldn't? I'm joking.
Like,
But,
I think you would both definitely fuck each other. 100%. Look at that.
Charlie would, so
I mean,
Why not?
I love how this is a podcast.
yeah.
I don't know how this is a podcast.
You
We
want to
need to
hear
get better at it.
you want to hear some of the other shit that we've been discussing, Jesus.
He told me that we weren't allowed to air the fact that I want to be Jewish.
No, no. That's not what I said. I said no racist remarks is what I said.
Oh my god, watched Boy in Striped Pajamas for the first time today. Who knew?
You just don't expect it, do you?
No, and he like came with a shovel and everything, and bless him.
You just don't it, but it's almost bittersweet, isn't it? The reaction of the
Yeah.
dad, because you're like, yeah, that's what you've been doing, you fucking sick cunt.
I don't know what we're
Yeah.
talking about here. What?
The
Oh my
boy
god, and I
in
was
the
so
striped
annoyed
pajamas.
when he offered him some food. He was cleaning the glasses. He offered him some food, and then he pretended that he didn't. And I was like, "You absolute bitch!" I was like, I was so annoyed. But then he said sorry for it. So
I haven't seen it in years. Like, do you not know the plot, dude? It's basically a German family that are obviously quite high in the military. They live about a 5-10 minute walk from a concentration camp, and the German little boy, makes friends with one of the little boys in the concentration camp. And to cut a long story short, he wants to sort of see what the camp's like, so he goes under and dresses in the little boy's clothes. And they round them all. It's coming at the end of the war. They round them all up and put them in the gas chamber. So the dad, who's quite high up in the military, is like, "Where the fuck's my son?" Goes to
and
the
he
fence,
just gassed him.
he sees his clothes, doesn't he, on the ground,
Yeah.
and runs to the gas chamber and realizes they've just gassed his son as well.
Oh.
But obviously, he's been happily gassing Jewish people, gay people, anyone, gypsies.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't seen it in years, but it's a fucking brilliant film. As is The Pianist, but I'll never watch it again because I didn't realise it was directed by Roman Polanski.
Who's that?
Don't even ask. Don't
Okay.
want to know.
Have you ever heard of Charles Manson?
Nope.
Helter Skelter?
Helter Skelter was actually the Beatles.
Nope.
Where they got it from? Sharon Tate murder?
No.
Okay.
Well,
Basically,
she's way too young to know anything about that.
he's
So
a very famous director that his 8.5 months pregnant wife was murdered by Charles Manson's gang of family.
The Manson family.
And anyway, long story short, he then ended up sodomizing and drugging and raping a 14-year-old girl.
That's disgusting.
And he fled the country, and all he got was house arrest, and all of the stars will still work with him.
It's because he's got money.
It's disgusting. It's honestly disgusting. Like, he ruined a 14-year-old girl's life.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should end the podcast on that high note, don't you?
I'm full of high notes. Full of them.
Me too,
Where's
when Sam's
Davey?
around.
Like, why did Davey pop in and pop out?
I think he
That's
realized
what
that
he usually
we were
does as
recording.
I'm going to be like, hi, Davey, where did you go? Davey, where did you go, boo?
Oh well. Right, guys, let's say goodbye to everyone.
Yeah.
Thanks very much for listening, everybody. Bye.
Bye.